Hi YouTube. So today I'm joined with my friend Tuhin today, who just passed his PMP exam with all areas about target. And I invited him today to tell us about his experience and then share with us his advice. So hi Tuhin.
Hi, hi, Annie. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. So you recently just passed the exam, and then I know within a very short time because there are a lot of situation going on. So why don't you tell us about when was your exam and how long did you prepare it for?
Yeah, my exam was on May 4th, and I effectively prepared for, I would say, 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks. Yeah, although my target was 4 weeks, but it ended up like 2.5 weeks.
Okay, wow, that's very impressive. And that's 2.5 week like dedicated time
Hmm.
into there,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So viewers, if you wanted I'm not advising you to prepare for 2 weeks for 2 or 3 weeks, but it's doable and you want to plan your time wisely. Now, you took the new format, and a lot of people were curious about what the new format looks like and how does that different from the old one? What are the questions that you see in there?
Yeah, I think in the new format, I didn't see any ITTO questions. It was very situational and very kind of case study based. And also, I didn't have to calculate. I didn't have anything like, critical path or anything. I didn't have to use the calculator at all. So there were a few graphs questions and mix and match question. That's what I heard, something new. So yeah, it was a little bit different, and they are going to judge you based on some new areas, business environment, people and process. So that's a little different, I think.
Yeah, that's very different. And then there is no calculation, and then
No,
there's no
no,
OTT,
no,
no
no,
TTO
no.
really. And then you said, I remember you talk about you think 70 to 80% of the question were Agile based. Is that right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because PMI says 50% agile and 50% traditional, but in my experience, 80%, 75 to 80% was either agile or hybrid. So there would be some agile component for sure in 80% questions.
Okay, great. That just leads us to the third question: is what are the materials and how did you prepare for the exam within that short amount of time? That was incredible, by the way.
Thank you. Because of many reasons, I didn't really have much time. However, I had a goal to do my PMP, to get my PMP certification before mid-May. So, excuse me, I started looking on YouTube if there are, any suggestions on passing the PMP fast, and I found your video. And by the way, that was very inspiring. So I really helped, and
Thanks.
I know that people probably down the line they will find it helpful. So overall, book-wise, I didn't read PMBOK. I didn't even touch it. It's very scary. But I did read Agile Practice Guide cover to cover. You should read everything, including the appendix. Don't skip anything until the last page. Like read everything. That will help you to understand the Agile part. And I found for the traditional part, I found a summary, 170 pages summary on Reddit, and it's easily available. So that was very helpful. And also, I sort of created my own examples in my head. Apart from that, I found a couple of YouTube channels very helpful. One was Andrew Ramdiao. His YouTube. I didn't watch all the videos, but he has some really cool videos that is like good tips videos and something he calls PMP mindset. I think that
Mhm.
that's helpful. And also there is another lady, Aileen Ellis. She has some little videos on some conceptual stuff on traditional PMP mostly. That also helped me to understand. And I took a couple of um, like simulator free exams, and those were not 4 hour long exams, but those still helped me to kind of get into the mindset of it. Yeah, mostly I did that. And main thing is you have to have like really have that mindset, like how you manage a project as a project manager in real life. You have to have the critical thinking skill. How do you manage situations in real life? So yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. So, and then everything we talk about and all the resources that you mentioned will be linked down below for all viewers. You and thank you again to him for that. And then I think you and I both really agree that exam is a lot of intuitive and then requires a lot of analytical skill. And you also mentioned that earlier. So, what would be your advice of how to develop that skill as someone who's preparing for the exam?
Yeah, I think you have to, as I said, you cannot really bluff this exam. You have to understand how the real project management happens. And I think in my opinion, because you know what you was, if you look at the new materials, you will see they are talking about being agile rather than doing agile stuff. You have to have a servant leadership mentality. So thinking, even if in your real life right now you are not doing managing project in that way, in agile way, but you have to kind of set up that mindset inside you. Like we have to look at the agile questions. I mean the exam questions in that way.
Yeah.
So I would say yes, like read those things and think about the projects, how an agile project manager would do certain things in a certain way. So you have
Yeah.
to really read the questions. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think having a critical mind and having more emotional intelligence and leadership skill, and also influencing and caring about other people, putting myself in other shoes, and don't be like a random, don't take any decision randomly, always evaluate and then go forward. I think that's very
Awesome.
important.
I totally agree with that. So a lot of time it's just what option make the most sense emotionally, right? And then as a
Mm.
leader. So I feel like if anyone really have some experience being a project manager, it shouldn't be a very difficult decision if you already have the basic knowledge. Sweet. So that's thank you. Thank you so much for all the sharing. They were super helpful, super informative, and I hope you guys will find this helpful. And then my friend and I later on we might make more videos related to this and help you through your exam preparation. So tune in for next time. All right, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye for now.